All right. Hey, how you doing, Dr. Dev? Dale Norman. What's going on, Dale Norman? Start streaming. Right, we're going to go that one. We're going to do this one here. We're going to do that one there. That's ready to go. That's ready to go. That's ready to go. That, and that. Let's do this. 2644T. I wonder, how do you trade? Simple. We're going to get into that a little bit. YouTube. Yep, YouTube is open also. I just got it started. Let me know if it's actually working at the moment. Red Lady, good evening. Classy Lady, good evening. It's now or never with Trevor. How you doing, Trevor? Gary Von Koss, good evening. JJ, what's going on? Mooncat. Thank you there, Mooncat. KVX, Yulia. Good evening, good evening. Let's keep on keeping on, keep moving, keep the ball rolling. Okay, good. Uh-oh, Crunktoid. Crunktoid wants to take a look at the VIX. Okay, see, I got a problem with the VIX, Crunk. Okay, the VIX does not have weekly options. So why am I looking at it? That's, question. Why am I looking at the VIX? Don't get me wrong. I know what it is. I know what people use it for. But why am I looking at it? Oh, they do have weekly options. They got weekly options. Just for market movements. Well, it doesn't really tell me anything about the market movements, and I'm not looking at the market in a whole. I'm looking at individual companies, okay? Because there's something always going up, and there's something always going down. It's just, what stock do I like looking at today? Well, here you go. Here's the VIX. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Well, how do I trade it? How do I profit off of it? And does it look as if I can make a profit? Well, look at right here. What's going on the last 30 days with the VIX? Okay, looks like it's just going sideways. Okay, 14, 16, just sideways. No big moves up, no big moves down. Okay, and I don't think the VIX actually has any dividends. Crunk, come on, dude. I look at SPY every single week. Do you even look at the numbers for SPY? All right, there we go. SPY. Okay, hold tight. Crunktoid wants to take a look at SPY, the S&P 500, the SPY. So let's take a look at it. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and you're not going to like it. Nobody ever does, especially those people who like SPY. They say, hey, can you check it out? Like, you're all excited. What is the SPY doing? Well, it's not that great, okay? Here it is right here. Okay, Crunk, take a look at this. $649 per share. $649 a share. Now, let's take a quick gander at this for a second. Okay? Do you see this right here? That number gives investors, such as you and I, an idea of what kind of return we can expect. So, if you see this right here, 1.13% yield. 1.13% yield for the year. I'm not quite sure why you think 1.13% for a year is a good thing. Ah, I see, new chart. What happened to the old one? This is Yahoo Finance. Totally different. Okay? And this is just one day. That's just one day. That's not the whole year. What does SPY look like for the whole year? Let's get out. We don't need that. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, what can I expect from SPY? Okay? 1.13. Sorry, that doesn't thrill me. But let's take a look at the profitability. How consistently profitable is SPY? So for that, we're going to need historical data. Now, the nice thing about Yahoo Finance, you can go all the way back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years and look at the opening of the day, the high of the day, the low of the day, the volume, how many shares traded. You can look at all that information. Okay? Buy and hold S&P 500. That's an old saying, right? It is. But who says it? And what is it that they're trying to sell you? Now, if you take a look at the S&P 500, it's great for those people who want to set it and forget it and don't really care. Because if you look at the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has averaged a return of 10% per year over the last 100 years. Okay? Simple. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for 10% per year. I'm looking for 1% every week because there's only a few bills that I have that come due once a year. That's my property taxes, my insurance on my vehicle, stuff like that. Okay, the insurance on my property. Michael, good evening. All right, hold on. Dylan, what's going on? Dev, what's happening? Michael, thank you, dude. I love your live stream. Thank you. Alex, the terrifying. God bless all. Christ loves you. Thank you. Not quite sure what that means, but all right. Now, Eric wants to take a look at PSLV. What the hell is that? Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Crunk, all right, see, I have no idea who you are. I have no idea what you're looking for. But from everything you told me so far, you are in the wrong place, dude. Okay, everything you're asking me to look at is totally contrary to everything that I want to do. I want simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I don't like risk. Let's take a look at the numbers for SPY before we move on. Flash, hey, James is working well, 1%. Hey, way to go, Flash. Don't be too quick to judge. Okay, so Crunk, you've been here for a few days, okay? I've noticed the name. You have been here for a while. We're going to take a look at historical performance on SPY. And I'm going to show you the actual, you like this, ready? Here we go. The actual factual numbers. They're not my numbers. This is Yahoo Finance. I got nothing to do with these numbers. I'm just reading them to you. All right, so we want to look at the historical prices and the dates. So let's look at just the dividends. Now, you do know a dividend is a portion of the corporation's or the entity's profits that they give back to the investors. And that's us. We are the investors. Okay, now I want to look at all of them. And Crunk, I want to go back 20 years, all the way back to 2005 to take a look. Is S&P or the spiders actually profitable? Let's take a look at the numbers. Right, here we go. Here's 2025. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12, blah, 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 blah. Here he goes. 2005, right there. All right, Crunk, are you ready for this? We're going to go one at a time. Now, the way I look at it, if a company I'm going to invest my money into, I want to make sure they make more money this year than they did last year. I want to make sure they're going to make more money next year than they did this year. So short, sweet, right to the point. Every single year, every single dividend should be higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher as the days go by or as the years go by. So let's go all the way to 2025. Here's the very first dividend of 2025. It's 46 cents per share. Okay, 46 cents. So if I get 1,000 shares, I'm getting $460. 1,000 shares, $460. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 46, 48, 52, 67. That looks pretty damn good, right? Higher, 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 higher. Okay, hold on. 56, 46, wait a minute. 46, 48, 52, 67, 51. Now, hold on a second. Now, I didn't go to college. I admit it. Terribly sorry. I did the service thing. Okay, took the pass less travel. I joined the service just out of high school. But I do know, okay, Mrs. Flagg, 1973, my math teacher will tell me, James, 51 is lower than 67. Because if 67 is the dividend and the next dividend is 51, well, that's not higher, dude. That's lower. Okay? Higher means higher, higher, higher. Okay, so where are we? Okay, 46, 48, 52, 67, 51. That's down. That's one time. 55, 57, 79. We're on 2006. 79. 55, that's twice. 65, 71, 77, 64 is 3 times. 66, 69, 71, 56, 4 times. 51, 5 times. 5 times it went backwards, and we're only on 2009. Okay, 2009, 51, right there. Whoops. Right there, 2009. 51. 50, 6 times. 59, 48, 7 times. 53, 60, 65, 55, 7 times. 62.8, 62.5, 8 times. And we're only on 2011. 8 times since 2011, this thing had gone backwards. Okay, I'm terribly sorry, but I know how to count. Didn't go to college, but I do know that 2 is higher than 1. I know that 4 is lower than 6. So just by reading these numbers, 59, 48, that's backwards. From 59 to 48 is backwards. Why the hell are you putting your money into something that's not consistently profitable? Now you say you want to do MSTY. It's like, dude, don't you read any numbers whatsoever in what you're buying? Seriously, let's go take a look at MSTY. Okay, MSTY. Okay, so I'm beginning to question your intelligence. Really, I am. So far, everything you asked me to take a look at leads me to believe that you're one of those people. There's nothing wrong with those people, okay, that put their money into whatever someone else is telling you to put it into, and you don't really look or you don't research it. Okay, number one, okay, MSTY is not even 2 years old. The first dividend they paid out was April 4th, 2024. It's not even 2 years old yet, dude. They haven't found their sea legs. Most companies don't make it past 3 to 5 years. Okay, you like it. Let's take a look at the numbers. All right. Very first dividend, 412. The very second dividend, 250. That's like a 40% drop. How can you possibly say the second dividend being 40% less than the first one? Well, I begin to start questioning. But hold on, it actually gets worse. Really does. First one, $4.12. Second one, $2.52. That's about a 40% drop. 303, all right, that's higher. 233, that's lower. 194, that's lower. 185, that's lower. Then we jump back up to 419, 442. Okay, 442. 308, lower. 227, lower. 202, lower. 137, lower. 133, lower. Dude, there's more lower. It goes backwards more than it goes forwards. There's a reason why there are financial websites that are free. Most people can't invest because they don't know what they're doing and they don't want to learn. Okay, the information is out there. The information is free. Why don't you just go take a look? If you're going to put your money somewhere, why not put it someplace that lines up with what it is you want? Do you seriously want to put your money into a company that loses more than it wins? Okay, and I see what the distribution is. I see what you're looking at. Okay, the stock price is $15. Well, if you take a look at what the stock price was years ago, well, it's going. You know what? I'm not even going to bother anymore. The numbers are horrible on MSTY. Do yourself a favor. Before you put your money anywhere, do some research. But before you even do that, figure out why the hell are you investing in the first place. If you're not very good at it, Give it to someone else. Let someone else do it for you. All right. Who else do we have today? La, 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 la. Brez, what's going on, Brez? What do we got? Gary already did. JJ Mooncat did that one. Just me, evening from New Hampshire. Ooh, how are you doing up in New Hampshire? Uh-oh. P. Everly wants to take a look at Tesla. Now, Tesla, okay, uh-oh. All right, hey, Krungtoid, don't feel bad. I got some people on the other channel want to take a look at the Qs. They're almost as bad. The Qs, what other piece of crap did I say? Oh, VOO, yeah, they want to look at that one too. All right, anyway, where are we? Okay, so P. Everly wants to look at Tesla. Now, normally I don't do Tesla because Tesla doesn't have dividends. They don't share their profits. But I'm getting ready to open up a hedge fund, and I'm getting ready to start helping people with their own finances, okay? There is no way at this moment in time you can continue to, I can't. I can't continue to ignore what Tesla is doing. Okay? All right. So if you take a big look, take a global look at what Tesla's doing. Okay? Rockets. He wants to go to Mars. Well, great. You're going to need a rocket. Well, what happens when you're there? Well, you're going to need some kind of energy source. Well, great. He owns a solar electric company. There's no shade trees. There's no shade on Mars. So yeah, he's got the electricity. He's got the power that he needs. Okay, well, people can't live there. Don't need him. He's got an army of robots. He can send them up there. Okay, he has artificial intelligence to run the robots. Okay, he has that tunneling machine, allow you to dig into the ground in Mars. See, once you dig underground, it's easier to seal it off and easier to, what do you call it, oxygenate the scenario. So he is setting up everything for space exploration. Now, some of you may like him, some of you may not like him. Really doesn't matter. Because in 50 to 100 years, history is going to remember this guy. History is going to remember this company. And there is no way to ignore it. Because in 100 years, they're going to say, who was the first man to settle on Mars? Tesla. You can't get away from what he's doing. So yeah, I am going to have to figure out a way to safely invest into Tesla, even though they have no dividends. And more than likely, we're going to end up using a seasonality chart. Now, for those of you who don't know what a seasonality chart is, let me briefly show you. Okay. This here, I don't want the VIX. Don't want the VIX. TSLA. Okay. This here is what's called a seasonality chart. Now, you can set the parameters however you want. I have mine set for 10 years. I want to take a look at data from the last 10 years. I want to see where does this thing usually move and how does it usually move predictably. Okay? See, I'm 61. I'm retired. Unlike some of you, I don't have the luxury of being wrong. And what do I mean by that? Well, if I'm wrong, I have to go back to work for someone else. I have no desire to do that. And I don't know why I say that because, I very rarely ever worked for someone else. Okay? Most of my life, I was self-employed. I'm one of those weirdos who gets to make his own hours, get to work as much as I want, work as less as I want. Okay? Self-employed. That's what I did for most of my adult life. All right. But here, seasonality chart. The blue line represents the movement for this year. The red line represents the movement predictably over the last 10 years. Now, if you really want to get into the the brain melting mathematics of the whole scenario, it can get complicated. But this is the average movement, what the stock normally does. So do I want to buy the stock here? No, it goes down. Do I want to buy it here? No, it goes down. Here? No, it goes down. Here? No, it goes down. But look at this. It goes up there, it goes up there, it goes up there, and it goes up there. So by looking at what the stock normally does, well, that gives me an idea of what to do next. That's a seasonality chart. And you can do that with almost any stock out there. Now this here is set for 10 years. That's a 10-year moving average. What has it done year after year after year after year? Consistently, predictably. Okay, now I didn't get to introduce myself. I want to apologize for that because we just got right into the questions and I wanted to help out here, Mr. Krunkle. Anyway, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Now, you may or may not know who the 10-Minute Trader is. It's my 9-year-old daughter. I should say it was my 9-year-old daughter. She's 26 now. She's about the same height as me nowadays. So I remember when she was little, she was like this tall. Like she used to be so cute and cuddly. Anyway, so in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter jumps up on my lap and says, "Daddy, what are you doing?" All right, so I'm getting ready for, hey, can we go to the store, buy a bunny rabbit? Or how about chipmunks? Or how about gerbils, guinea pigs, a bird, rabbit? Oh, let's go to the store and get me a dress. Or how about we go to the store and get some ice cream? No. She said, "Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me?" So imagine that 9-year-old daughter jumps on your lap. Say, "What are you doing? Can you teach me?" Most adults don't get it. Most adults don't invest because they don't understand it. And here is a 9-year-old. Now, she wasn't a Mensa student, okay? She was not an honor roll student. She was your average, everyday, normal little girl. "Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me?" Okay, so trying to be the good dad, okay? Now, I do have my flaws, but I do try to be a better parent than my parents, okay? I mean, that's our goal in life, to try to make our children's life better than our life. And trust me, my life wasn't that glamorous. It was pretty shitty. But you know what? I'm not complaining because it brought me to where I am today. And I am pretty okay where I am. All my brothers and sisters, except for my brother who's disabled, all my brothers and sisters are still working. All of them. The ones that are older than me, the ones that are younger than me, they're all still working. I'm the only one in my family that's got to retire at 59. Why? Because I found some. I didn't find it. I was asked to create it. Because the 9-year-old says, "Daddy, can you teach me?" So now, here you go. Now I have a problem. How do I come up with a trading strategy for a 9-year-old? Now, I'm asking you guys as if you know the answer. Okay? Most adults don't get it. So my 9-year-old's like, "Daddy, can you teach me?" Great. It's got to be simple. She's 9. Come on, let's call it what it is. It's simple, safe. I didn't want her getting upset and losing because Mama's going to get. Because if my little daughter's unhappy, Mama's going to get involved, and we all know if Mama gets involved and little 9-year-old is unhappy, guess who's sleeping on the couch? Yeah, I had a very good, comfortable couch. Really, it was. It was a nice, comfy couch. Anyway, besides the point. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. And here's the biggie. You ready for this one? No way for her to lose. That 5th one gets everybody. Now, that being said, that's the criteria. How do I overcome it? How do I create the trading strategy for a 9-year-old? Well, number 1. Now, this was specifically for her. And we're going to tweak it a little bit, for the audience, for you guys. Rule number 1 for my 9-year-old was, if it's not on the list, it's absolutely no. Don't even bother looking at it. Not on the list, don't even bother looking at it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And yes, agree or not, it is a game. Kind of like Monopoly. 4 red houses, 1 green hotel. Well, 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. It teaches you how to budget, how to save, how to invest. Well, this is basically the same thing, but this is real money. This is real life. Okay, great. Rule number 3. This one, Krunkle, you ready for this one? Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Daniel, thank you for that. Make sure it's consistently profitable. Now, we've already looked at 2 of them tonight that weren't consistently profitable. And probably by the end of the evening, we will find some more that are not consistently profitable. It always boggles my mind why perfectly, seemingly rational adults will invest in companies that are not profitable. That one I can never understand. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay? I'm looking for weekly cash flow. The only way I'm going to get weekly cash flow is by buying and selling something that trades on a weekly basis. Okay? An option, I can sell it on Monday, and Friday it expires, and hopefully I'm going to make the money. That's what I'm looking for every single week, week after week after week after week. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, you probably don't understand a lot of that at the moment, but just like a good movie, all the details are going to come together and it's going to make sense, hopefully by the end of the day. Now, I'm going to make you a couple of promises. Promise number 1, I'm not going to try to sell you anything. We're all adults here. We know how it works. I've been doing this long enough. You know, I've written books. I get courses. I get a morning trading group. It's all paid for services. I'm not going to try to sell anyone anything. Now, last night, a couple of people said they were going to send me their number so I can give them a call. Now, I say that every night. If you want to have a conversation, you want to chat, send me your number, DM me your number. And me personally, I'm not going to pawn it off on someone else. Me personally will give you a call back. Okay? Now, I didn't get any phone numbers this morning. And I was like, holy cow. A couple of people said they were going to send me their number. They didn't. That's fine. I don't mind. I wouldn't do... Omar, thank you. I wouldn't do that. You look creepy. Thank you. Joe, he is teaching science. No, I'm not. I'm teaching investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. But thank you there, Joe. And Omar, just joking. Yeah, okay, you got to be careful with the jokes, Omar, because some people don't have a sense of humor. And you're kind of lucky because this YouTube channel doesn't have a moderator on it yet. And if there was a moderator on it, they would block you and you wouldn't be able to interact. I know, it's only 3 of us. Yeah, because you're on the newest channel. And this channel here that you're on, there's no advertising whatsoever. So the people on this channel have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I know how the internet works. Thank you, Omar. Okay, so that being said, rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now we're going to go over a few trades as the night progresses. And you guys can ask whatever questions you want. But please, when you ask me to take a look at a stock, please make sure it has weekly options and try to do only profitable companies. You know, I know some people get bombarded with marketing information. You got to buy this. This is great. This is going to be the next best thing. Yeah, it's marketing for a reason. They're trying to sell you something. Do a little bit more research. Look under the hood. Old man Omar. Thank you, Omar. You know what? Hope you look as good as I do at my age. So I'm 61, going on 62. Not many 62s can do what I can do. I still play soccer out there with the guys in their 20s and 30s. Granted, I can't keep up with them like I used to, but hey, at 60, I'm doing pretty damn good. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Let's get out of this and let's start looking at some stocks. So P. Everly wants to take a look at Tesla. Okay, now as I said, here's where Tesla is at the moment, right here. But look at this right there. It's still going up. Normally, this time of year, normally it still goes up until right about here, then she pulls back a little bit. Okay, so maybe I can get another week out of it. And then she's going to pull back. And then look at the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter, nice. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Tesla a lot closer in the 4th quarter. Just to let you guys know, the hedge fund that I'm going to be starting is getting pushed up. We were going to start in January, but I got the paper pushers, you know, they're out there in the audience somewhere. They want to jump on it sooner, so it looks like the 1st of December. Okay, and yeah, we're going to be guaranteeing 20% returns if, you know, you're interested. However, when the corporation is actually they give us the go-ahead, we can't advertise anymore. But until then, because right now it's not incorporated yet, so I can do all the advertising I want. I can say whatever I want to say, and I've been doing this for 2 years. This here, live, for 2 years. I have videos doing the same thing all the way back to 2011. So you can do your research on me. I got nothing to hide. Okay, I've been online since the 90s. All right, anyway, let's go take a look at Tesla. This is what we can look for the next couple of weeks. All right. Here's today, right here. 9-4. Nice steady upward trend all the way up to the third week. If you like Tesla, of course. So let's get out of here. Okay. Here's the 1-year chart for Tesla. Now, anytime I look at a 1-year chart, it takes me 3 to 4 seconds to find out everything I want to know. 3 to 4 seconds, right? I'm looking for five, let's call, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? 5 of them. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up. That's 3 to 4 seconds. It doesn't take that long. Simple, quick, right to the point. Up, down, up, down, up. 338, 338, 338. So if I like Tesla at 338, they got the 337, and it's going for $8.65. That's well over 2%. But the big question, does it make sense? If I buy the stock, sell it to someone else, pick up 2% for 1 week, great. What happens next? Now, let's zoom into this a little closer, because step 1, come up with a list of stocks. Remember I told you if it's not on the list, it's a no. List of stocks. If you got a pencil and paper, you might want to write this down. Dividend Kings. 5 decades of increased profits. Dividend Champions. 25 years increased profits. Dividend Aristocrats. JMF. Woohoo! Dividend Aristocrats. 25 years increased profits. Dividend Contenders. 10 to 24 years increased profits. List number 5. Hey, if it's good enough for Warren Buffett, let's peek over his shoulder and see what he's doing. So those 5 lists will give me about 300 different companies. Now, just in case you were wondering, every Sunday, because I do Sunday nights, every Sunday we check to see how many new companies they've added. Well, they took a couple away this week, because last week there was 10,356. Well, this week there's only 10,353. What are we going to have next week? Don't know. We'll find out on Sunday. Okay? But they come, they go, they come, they go. But out of those 10,354 companies that we can buy this week, what ones fit? Think about it. What are you looking for? Okay, you're here to learn something. We're all here to learn something, how to make a little bit of money here and there. Okay, there's a lot of guys out there just like me doing the exact same thing. We all have our own different approach. My approach works fine for me. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. It was created for a 9-year-old. Okay, I like it. The reason why I like it, I can do it in 10 minutes and go on with my day. 23 hours and 50 minutes to do whatever I want. Take a nap, get sleep, go to the movies, go get something to eat, play in the garden, work on my boat, do whatever I want to do. You have got to figure out what is it that you want. Because when you reach retirement age, you got 2 choices and only 2. Don't let anyone fool you. Hold on a second. Ginger, tea, and honey. It's good for the vocal cords. When you get retirement age, you got 2 choices and only 2. You can learn how to do it yourself. Take responsibility for your own money. Make your own investments. Make your own choices. Make your own decisions. Get the kind of returns. 1% a week is not bad, depending on how you look at it. Retired, hey, that's 50% a year. So my little nest egg, if I got 100 grand, 50% of that is $50,000. I'll tell you what, if you, second choice, give it to a professional. They will take all that money you got and they'll give you a 4% draw. Do you know what a 4% draw is? Okay, 100 grand will give me $50,000 a year, 1% a week. 4% draw, you're going to need over $1 million, because $1 million, 4% draw is $40,000 a year. Now, I'm no genius, but I do know it's a hell of a lot easier to get 100,000 than it is to get 1,000,000. And if 1,000,000 in the hands of a professional is going to give you 40,000 a year, and 100 grand in the hands of a totally inexperienced trader is getting me 50,000. Well, 100 grand is easier to get than 1,000,000. It's a numbers game, no matter how you look at it. Now, you may not want to do it. You may want to give it to someone else. Well, if you have the means, fine, go ahead. Some people get 10, 20, 30, 40 million. Well, 4% of that, that'd be very nice. But unfortunately, however much money you think I have, I probably don't. But I have enough to take care of my own bills. I don't ask my children for money. I don't ask my parents for money. I don't ask anyone for money. Never. I take responsibility for my own actions. I take responsibility for my own bills. All right, let's see what kind of questions we got. All right, let's go back to here. What do we have here? Okay. DJ wants to take a look at Ben. Now, isn't Ben Franklin, aren't they a monthly optionable stock? Don't get me wrong, it's a great company. They have been in business for quite a while, and they're consistently profitable. However, I don't do monthlies. September, October, January, April, June, January. Okay? The difference between a monthly optionable stock and a weekly optionable stock, let's call it elementary. Okay? Monthly, there's 12 months in the year, which means I can trade it 12 times. Weekly, there's 52 weeks in a year, which means I can trade it 52 times. So, DJ, ask yourself this question. If everything's equal and I'm getting 1 to 2% for every option trade I do, if I do a monthly, at the end of the year, that comes to 12 to 24%. Now, 24%, you might think, hey, that's great, that's wonderful. Look at the other side. 1 or 2% a week is 50% to 100% return per year. A little bit more work, terribly sorry. You work, you get rewarded. More time and effort in, more money at the end of the week, at the end of the month, end of the year. However you want to look at it. So I don't do monthlies for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I can only do it 12 times a year. 12 to 24% doesn't thrill me at all. Worst case scenario, check this out. Right there. All right, DJ. This here is 30 days. All right. Bottom, top, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Anybody can see that. Now, DJ, 30 days ago we're here. Now we're here. Now, tell me, where is it going to be in 30 days? Okay, that's 30 days. Where's the next 30 days going to bring it? That's the challenge of a monthly optionable stock. You have to kind of guess where's it going to be in 30 days. Well, 241, wait a second. Oh, sorry. 24. 24.20, 26.20, 24.40, 25.80. That's the movement over the last month. Now tell me, where is it going to be, or where does it look like it's going to be in the next 30 days, the next month? Okay, let's take a look at this right here. It's currently at 26.60. The closest strike price is going to be 27. Okay, see this? 26.60 is what I can buy it for tomorrow morning. The closest strike price is 27. The 27 strike price is paying 10 cents a share. Did you hear that? 10 cents a share. That's not even 0.5% for 2 weeks, because this goes 2 weeks. Okay, it's 2 weeks until this one expires. The next one, October. $26. is going for 65. 27.50 is going for 20. Well, if it's at 26.60, the closest strike price is going to be the 27. It's paying 20 cents, not even 1%. But I got to hold it for 43 days. Now, 43 days is 6 weeks. Do you see the issue there? I'm making not even 1% for 6 weeks. This is why I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work for me. Okay, if you like them, great. If it works for you, great. Not a problem. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just showing you what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I don't do monthlies. Trying to guess where it's going to be the next 30 days. Yeah, no. And then the numbers, they don't work. I don't think I've ever seen a monthly that gives me what I'm looking for and me being able to figure out where's it going to be in 30 days. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work for me. All right, Crunkle, you want good distribution, get into blue chips, sell covered call. Crunktoy, that's exactly what I do. Okay, if you heard what I said, dividend kings. Well, the dividend kings are the cream of the crop. 3M, Home Depot, Lowe's, General Parts Corporation, Consolidated Edison, Northwest National, there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, all good quality blue chip stocks, and all good quality blue chip stocks. If they give me 1%, why wouldn't I buy them? 2644T. That's a lot of time. Okay, I'm terribly sorry. I got 6 screens in front of me, which means I got a whole bunch of questions, no questions over here for some strange reason. Whole bunch of questions, no questions. Why don't you guys have any questions over here? Okay. Nobody over there has any questions yet either. So I try to go back and forth to all the different platforms. Okay, so I'm live streaming on 9 different platforms. So I have 4 sets of questions at the moment. I can't read them all at once. So I go back and forth and I try to answer as many as I possibly can. So when you ask a question, please make sure to ask a complete question so that I can read it and get an understanding of what you're trying to ask for. That's a lot of time. No idea what you mean by that. I mean, I know what the word and phrase means, but where does that fit into what we're doing? All right, where do I start investing? Over Blackwater Park. How are you doing today? Alex, terrifying 67. What does that mean, 67, Alex? And please, only ask it once. Thank you, Dylan. How much money do I need to invest in stocks? Well, you can do it with fractional shares. Matter of fact, we threw a program together specifically for grandparents and grandchildren. Okay? So my grandson, me and the other in-laws, and my ex-wife, we all agreed to take our change, nickel, pennies, dimes, quarters, throw it at the jar. At the end of the week, we add it up. $3, $4, $8. My grandson's 5. He's got 13 years before he can even touch the money. So fractional shares, I can put $3.50 into IBM if I wanted to. Okay? I can buy $2.15 of AT&T. Fractional shares allows me to do that. All righty, what else do we have here? Connor, do you ever trade from a quantum perspective or purely fundamental technical? Connor, this is exactly what I'm doing. Fundamentally is the company a good quality company? That's fundamental. Technical is up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, it's going up right now. That looks like a good idea. That's technical. Up, down, that's technical. Is it consistently profitable? That's fundamental. That's a big drop. Under influence. Good afternoon, and how are you today? Connor, what equation do you factor into your theory? My theory, you ready? Connor, this is for you. My theory is, if a 9-year-old can understand it, okay, that's all I need to know. Stock goes up, it means the stock's going up. Stock goes down, it means it's going down. I'm not quite understanding what factors you're looking for. Number one, it's either a good company or it's not. Number two, it's either profitable or it's not. Number three, if I buy it and do a covered call on it, I'm either making money on it, the amount I'm looking for, 1%, or I'm not. It's all simple yes, no, something that a 9-year-old can understand it. Now, I get my 5-year-old grandson, some of you have seen him. He comes every once in a while. I say, hey, little buddy, where's the high? And he goes, hey, Papa G, it's right there. I say, hey, little buddy, where's the low? Papa G, it's right there. And then he can take the stylus and go, hey, look, Papa G is going up, it's going down, it's going up. Adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Connor, my theory is up, down, up. There you go. That's my theory. What goes up? Ooh, who came up with that song? What goes up must come down. Spinning wheels. Was that Three Dog Night? I have no idea. Bread, maybe? I don't know. All right. Let's keep on moving. What about open? What about open? Let's put it in here. OPEN. OPEN. Hell no. Wasn't that quick? It takes me 3 to 4 seconds to take a look at a stock. So why did I say hell no so quickly? This thing was 50 cents a couple of months ago. How can a company at 50 cents have 2 decades, 20 years of profitability? That means they increased their dividends for 20 consecutive years. At 50 cents a share, I don't see it. I'm not even going to waste my time with it. Simple, right? Quick. Hell no. Some and on Sol. Okay, Epic. If you could explain that to me in proper English, I'd love it. 2644. It's been active lately. Okay, same thing. 50 cents a share. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong, and if you'd like to prove me wrong, perfect. Go to Yahoo Finance and take a look at how consistently has this company increased its dividends to its shareholders. 2 decades is what I'm looking for. There's 10,354 companies. Okay? I look at 300. Where does this fit? Have they been consistently profitable and increased their dividends for 2 decades? At 50 cents a share back in July, I seriously doubt it. But I could be wrong. Good evening, sir, from San Antonio. Brandy, you want to take a look at Ford? Now, we looked at Ford yesterday, and it was a little on the high side. So basically, we're going to wait for it to pull back. See, here's your low, shoots up. Here's your top right there. From 12 bucks at 11.68, not enough of a drop. So I would like it to come down a little bit further before I jump into it. Look at the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days goes your bottom. Shoots up, now it's coming back down again. Maybe we'll look at it next week or the week after. Mark B, good evening. I'm sure you'll be successful. Thank you. I'm already successful. DJ Vale. Isn't that like Vail, Colorado? Interesting. Same thing. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. 1026, the 1050s. Not this one. This is tomorrow. 1050s, 7 cents. Sorry, dude. 7 cents is less than 1%. Okay, 1% of $10 is 10 cents. I'm looking for 1%. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done Vail before. Not that often because the numbers just don't work. This week just doesn't work. Sorry. I thought this was Tony Hawk. Of course this is Tony Hawk. Wait till you see me on my board, dude. No. Nitsa, good evening. Ari, Tronox. Okay, Ari, do me a favor. You got to give me the ticker symbol. I've never heard of that company. Okay. What else do we have? The Dutch. Daniel Jacob. How are you, Daniel Jacob? Hey, lit up a donut. Thank you, Daniel Jacob. All right, so we are almost done with these questions over here. How do you feel about the ticker symbol? Oh, Cletus. Now, Cletus, I remember that name. You're relatively new here. Cletus, when I tell people I only do weekly optionable stocks, apparently you weren't listening at that moment. Okay? September, October, December, January. That's what's called a monthly optionable stock. Not only do the numbers not work, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, that's 30 days. Tell me, where's it going to be in the next 30 days? Trying to figure out where a stock's going to be in 30 days. Yeah, there's a lot of software you can throw at it. You get the MACD, you got stochastics, you got the moving averages, you got the Elliott wave. You got a lot of stuff you can play with. A lot. Thinkorswim has a huge amount of stuff. But still, you got to figure out, it looks like it's going up. Now, I could say, yeah, the next 5 days, well, that's easy. Because you got your bottom here, your top here. She pulls back, here's your bottom. Now she's going back up again. 5 days is easy. 30 days is not. But then look at the numbers. 58.28. Okay, the 57.50 is going for $1.20. That's 2% for the month. What's next month? 57.50, $1.65. That's 3%. 3% for 43 days. That's 6 weeks. That's 0.5% a week. And then I got to figure out where it's going to be in 30 days. No, thank you. When I say the numbers just don't work on monthlies, I have no idea why people keep asking me to take a look at them. Well, that was blood, sweat, and tears? Cool, thank you. One goes up. How exactly do covered calls work? You sell a contract in the money and buy a contract in the money. No. Jish, that's the spread. That's you buying 2 separate contracts. Okay? A covered call, you buy the stock. Okay, there's a difference between a stock and an option. An option is like an insurance policy. It's exactly what it is, an insurance policy. Because you're insuring against loss, or you're insuring against, well, you're basically insuring against loss. Basically, you bought the stock here, 58.28. And you were fearing that it was going to drop and you could lose all your money. Well, you'd buy an option, and if the stock dropped, the value of the option would increase, so you wouldn't lose any money, except for the premium in which you paid. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking at collect the premium. Here they are right here. Call options, put options. I'm looking to collect the premium. And for me, the premium has to be at least 1% of the purchase price. Baby Bowie. Ray Shrimart. I have no idea what that means. Uh-oh. Okay, Crunkle, don't feel bad. Somebody wants to take a look at the Qs. So when I say, now don't get me wrong, I don't expect anyone to listen to me. I'm just some random guy on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. You really shouldn't listen to me. Whatever I have to say, go do your research. Is what I'm saying true, or is it not true? Okay, you should always never trust anybody online. Okay? Now, when I say, if you want to have a conversation, send me a number, I'll give you a call, and then maybe, we can come up with some kind of rapport and go from there. But for the most part, do your research. When I say check the numbers, okay? When I say check the numbers, that means not just today's numbers, yesterday's numbers, and this week or last week. Last year, the year before, 5 years, 10 years ago. How consistently profitable is the Qs? So let's go take a look at the Qs and see how wonderfully profitable they were. QQQ. We're going to look at the last 20 years of the Qs, all the way back to 2005. Right there. All right. Who was that? Elani? Is that right? Elani? Okay. Elani, you ready? 2005, 3.5. Okay, 3.5. All right. 10. That's awesome. That's a 200% increase. 3.5 to 10. 2.9. It went from 10 to 2.9. That's backwards. 2.9 to 2.6. That's backwards. 2.6 to 2.3. That's backwards. 5.4, that's up. 2.7, backwards. 3.7, up. 2.6, down. Okay, shall I go on? I mean, that brings us to 2007. Okay, you got up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. And then there's a whole bunch more. Look at all the rest of them. 2.8, 4.3, 4.9, 4.4, down 4.1, down 7.3, up 5.1, down 8.9, up 8.9, 11.2, 10.8, down 7.7, down. Do you see the pattern here? It's not consistently. Let me show you one to give you an idea. Okay? Just to give you an idea. MSFT. Some of you know right off the bat, that's Microsoft. All the way back to 2005. Here we go. Okay, you ready for this? 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Did you notice each and every single year the numbers got higher and higher? Did you notice that? Every year, higher and higher. Okay, the numbers just kept going up and up, higher and higher and higher. That's what we're looking for. Companies that are consistently profitable. Qs aren't consistently profitable. VOO, not consistently profitable. SPY, not consistently profitable. But they are heavily marketed. Okay, I'm sure you got information, email, phone calls, snail mail. Hey, you got to buy the Qs. They're awesome. You'll get off. Yeah, no. Let's take a look at the summary on the Qs. Oh, wait a minute. That's Microsoft. I don't want to look at the summary for Microsoft. Oh, why not? Let's look at the summary. Just for the fun of it. Okay? The summary page. It gives you all the ideas what it's at. It's $507 a share. Okay? Earnings per share, 13 bucks. Dividend, 3.32 or 0.66%. That's terrible. But still, it increases every single year. That's what I'm looking for. And simply put, I really don't care about this. All I care about is the company consistently profitable. Can I get in, get out with a profit? S7, okay, NITSA Vendro, AUPH, never heard of it. Okay, well, let's check it out. AUPH. No. Wasn't that quick? NITSA? September, October, January, April, January. I don't do monthlies. The numbers don't work. Please don't ask me to go through the numbers again. They just don't work. They just don't work. And why the hell would you be buying at the high? The high is the time to sell, not to buy. Okay, ST17. Should I do weekly sell puts on Tesla? Okay, S17. I have no idea who you are. It would be irresponsible of me to give you any advice whatsoever. You really want to have a conversation? Drop me your phone number. I personally will call you and we can chat. Okay? I guarantee you I won't try to sell you anything. The Dutch S. I'm very new. How can you tell if it's a weekly or a monthly? Oh, that's an easy one. You see this right here? This is called the option chain. All right? September, October, January, April, January. Those are months of the year, correct? Well, All right, you still with me? 5 September, that's tomorrow. 12 September, that's next Friday. 19 September, that's 2 Fridays away. 26 September, 3 Fridays away. 3 October, 4 Fridays away. 10 October, so on and so forth. Those are weeks of the year. Not months, weeks of the year. What happens when a stock goes down? I love that question. Really do. Everybody asks that question. So hold on. Darth Vader wants to know what happens when a stock goes down. Okay, Darth, I'm going to show you something and then you explain it to me. Okay? You ready? Are you paying attention? Up, down, 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 up, down. Do you see the pattern there, Darth Vader? They do two things and only two things. Not once is there a little footnote in there saying, oh, we're taking a break. We're going over to Chuck's house and feed his dog and take it for a walk. No, stocks go up, stocks go down. That's all they do. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do. What happens when a stock goes down? They all go down. I've never, ever, I've been doing this for over 30 years. Never, ever, 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 I could keep going on, never, ever seen a stock go up. Only. Doesn't happen. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. What we're doing here is try to find a strategy that works. Okay? When the stock goes up, you sell it. When it goes down, you buy it. When it goes up, you sell it. When it goes down, you buy it. You can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I do. I do it every single day. Now, I don't day trade. I'm on for 10, 15 minutes on my own personal account. Okay? What did I buy on Monday? What's it at now? Now, today's Thursday. So tomorrow at 2:30, me and all my little cronies, my pigeons or my minions, whatever you want to call them, okay, we're going to jump on at 2:30 and we're going to take a look at what happened between when we bought on Monday to Friday afternoon. Because at 3:59 p.m., we can't do anything else. So I want to make sure everybody, every one of my minions, or whatever you want to call them, not going to lose money. What did I buy it for? What did I sell? How much did I make? Where's it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? I have two major goals. Two, that's it. Consistency of profitability. Preservation of my capital. That's my only two goals in my trading. Consistently having money come in and protecting the money that I do have. That's it. What happens if a stock goes down? Dude, they all go down. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. And if you can't buy a stock at 29 bucks and be okay when it drops down to 23, not panic and sell, you shouldn't be playing this game. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. That's it, that's all. Okay, what else do we have over here? Jish, thank you, you're welcome. Should I do weekly sell options? Okay, we already asked that question. Option chain, got it. You're welcome. Jack Daniels, you bought American Eagle, but it's not on the list 5. So on the 5 list. Can you explain? Yep. Are you ready, Jack? Hey, James, can you do me a favor? Buy me some AEO. Not a problem. Thanks, Doug. Have a good day. That's it. If I get a client that calls me and says, hey, buy me some American Eagle, great, I will buy it. If it looks good, if it's profitable, maybe I'll do some too. Now, for me personally, I like companies that are consistently profitable. I get that. Every once in a while, I have a client call me up and say, hey, buy me some American Eagle, buy me some Riley, buy me some TSL. None of those are on my list. But if they ask me to buy it, I buy it. Simple. Okay, I don't argue with people. You want to do something? Fine, I'll do it for you. Alrighty. Alex, Michael, Professor, thank you. Dylan, buy 100 shares, thank you, Dylan. Cody, how much money do I need to invest? You can start out with anything you want. Michael, you have a good evening. Thank you, Michael. How do we invest again? Blah, blah, blah. Cody, take your investment and exit one, blah, blah. Okay, all right. What do you think about Macy's? Ooh, Chuck, Macy's. Let's take a look at Macy's. I love Macy's. Macy's was one of my top performing stocks last year. Do you hear what I just said? Macy's was one of my top performing stocks last year. Look at this. 18 dropped all the way down to 10. How could that possibly be a best performing stock for me? Well, you weren't here. You weren't watching what I was doing. You really want to know? You know how to do it. I'm not going to say it. Okay? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up. Now, we thought yesterday with a big shoot up like this thing would drop. But no, it kept on going higher. I have some Macy's. Next week, I'm not going to have Macy's because I sold an option for it. I'm in down here. I sold someone the rights to buy it from me at 13. Okay? Now it's at 17. 13 to 17, that's $4. That's a 25% increase. From here to here is 25%. Somebody else got that. I didn't. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I got my goal. My goal was 1% every single week. Well, Macy's gave me 1% every single week. And then this happened. Well, good for whoever bought it from me. Share the wealth, I say. Here's an old saying, some of you may have heard of it. Bears make money. Bulls make money. Pigs get slaughtered. Don't be greedy. Share the profits. If I bought here, I made my profit here already. Okay? Somebody bought the option from me. It shot up. Whoever bought it from me, good for them. Bravo. You make money. I made money. You made money. The broker made money. Everybody's happy. I don't see the problem. All right, over here. What do we have over here? All right. What do we have? Holy cow, I missed all these questions. Sorry, guys. Okay. Flywood. We already looked at the Qs. Hell no. Flywood. Look at the profitability of the stock over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Is it really someplace you want to put your money? Look at what the dividends look like. Is it really someplace you want to put your money? Kevo, can you give me a promising stock to look at for Monday, not financial advice? Kevo, you ready? Okay, you've been here a couple of times. You know what's coming. I don't know why you ask it. Are you ready? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. Okay, you want to find a better answer than that? Watch this. You're going to love this one. Right there, right here, and right over here, and Warren Buffett's list. Okay, Kevo, here we go. Bank of America, General Motors, Occidental Petroleum, Coca-Cola, Mondelez, and Globe Life. I just gave you 7. Is that 7? 3, 6. I gave you 6. Okay? Those are Warren Buffett stocks. Not mine, Warren Buffett's. Pompeii Surgical. Pompeii Surgical. You're relatively new and a little on the pessimistic side. Okay, I like that. You got something better than that little saying you got from me? 1% a week, weekly? Ha ha. That would be some magic. Okay, Pompeii, you're new here, so let's pick on you for a little bit. Now, my mother always said to me, okay, whatever your mother said, hey, that's perfectly fine. My mother always said to me, if you don't have anything nice to say, you probably shouldn't say anything at all. Okay. Should we do 2024s or should we do 2020? Let's do 2024s, okay? Now, let's zoom all the way down, 2024. Whoops, keep going. Now, at the beginning of 2024, oh, here's something for you. Look at this. My very first blog post, August 31st, 2011. Because in 2011, they didn't have video. We only had blogs. My very first blog post, August 31st, 2011. Okay, this one here, 2013. Okay. You can read it if you want. That's not what I'm showing you. This is what I'm showing you right here. Okay, so the beginning of last year, 2024, I only had 2 accounts. 1, 2. Okay, click on any one. Tells you the trades right there. What do we have? Ford, Comcast, Southwest Airlines, General Motors, CVS. Okay. Well, who was that one? Pompeii Surgical, you ready? 2.39, 2.1. First week of January 1st to January 5th. Week 2, January 8th to January 12th, 2.45, 1.3. Week 3, 1.3, oh, 0.81. Oh, bummer, I didn't do it. I got 0.81. All right, 2.8, 0.85, 1.03, 1.63, 2.7, 1.05, 1.8, 2.6, 1.7, 1.96. Surgical, do you see what I'm looking at? Hold it, that's 2024. That may not mean anything to you. So let's look at 2025 right there. Here we go, all the trades for 25. Now, 2025, I have 3 accounts that I share publicly. Let's go all the way back to January. That's week 14. We don't want week 14. We want week 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Same thing. You ready? 4.2, 1.8, 6.1, 2.3, 1.7, 1.8, 1.8, 3.6, 4.8, 3.3, 2.02, 2.3, 3.8, 1.2, 3.5. I can do this all day long. Okay, I've been doing this strategy for over 15 years. Same strategy. You can pick up the stocks right there. And no, red is not bad. Red is actually good. Green is stocks I buy. Red is what I sold. 18, 90, 90, 47, 47, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, it's all Intel. Intel, Harley Davidson, UPS, Macy's, UPS. Okay, I bought it for 114. I sold the 114 options, exactly what I'm saying now. I got $2.29 per share. That's 2%. $1, 114. That's the purchase price, 114. The strike price is the 114. I got $2.29. Now 114 and 114 is 228. Well, I got 229. 229 is 2%. This right here was a 2% trade. Okay, this one here, the $14 call option, 18 cents is more than 1%. UPS, 114. 114, 269, 2%. Harley Davidson, $29 call, 52 cents. You can do the math yourself, brother. You got a problem with what I say? Fine. Come at me more than what you're coming at with me. Okay? Coming at me with. Okay? Now, I have no problem whatsoever for naysayers. I love naysayers. I love trolls. Because negative people, if you don't have enough, I'm not working hard enough. So you're number one of the day. Thank you kindly. All right. So what do we have next? Jack Daniel, further to the above question, under the spread column, name calendar or single. Okay, Jack, I'm here freely giving you information, which means I have to draw the line somewhere. And I draw the line at one free option strategy. Okay, it just so happens that what I'm sharing with you for free, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose if you do it right. Okay, 1% a week, that's over 50% per year. Okay, if you want more, guess what? Those who pay attention. Those who pay more attention. Take it for what you will. I only give away one freebie, and that's this one. I'll stay here all night and chat with you guys, and I'll tell you exactly whatever questions you ask. But I will not go further into detail for all the other strategies. I do have to draw the line somewhere. One strategy, that's it. Jacob, this is recorded. No, Jacob, this is not recorded. This is being recorded. So yeah, it's kind of right, but your tense is incorrect. Okay? So record, recording, recorded. Okay, it's being recorded. It is being recorded. Okay, I am recording. Okay, so I remember Mrs. Fader back in 1978 said, James, you really got to learn your English. I said, hey, I'm going to have a secretary when I get older. So no, this is being recorded. Okay. DJ, not a video. I'm watching the game and listening. Thank you. Jacob, yes, be careful. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Okay, Jacob says this is a video, not a real live. Okay, Jacob, if this is a video, not a real live, how can I be interacting with what you're saying? And hold on, 10:05 p.m. on the 4th of September 2025. If this is a recording, how can I actually get the right time and date at this moment? Now, tomorrow, if you watch this tomorrow or another day, well, then it will be a recording. Okay? Yeah, Jacob, be careful. Not a video I'm watching live. Were you on Wall Street? No. Do you live alone? No. Jacob, whoops. Okay, it's live. Is this guy any good, all hype, or real info? Okay, Daisy, I always tell people, don't listen to a damn word I say. If I say something, write it down. Double check. I get no problem with fact checkers. You want to fact check? Fine. I actually prefer you to do that. Don't ever listen to some bonehead online because they're trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Okay? Daisy, all hype or real info. It's being recorded. Where can we find the recorded lives? They're on YouTube. Hold that thought for 1 second. This is, oh, that's 2025. We don't want that one. We want to go back to 2024, right there. Okay, and that's going to give you my social media, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, podcast. I should take this one off because I don't do the podcast anymore. Twitter, Instagram, books by James. Yes, books. James has written 14 books. Let's go to YouTube. Okay, so you can see. Come on. All right, right there. Okay. The 10-Minute Trader. 1,100 videos. Yeah, you have fun watching those. Okay. This one's live and this one is live. Okay, 2 live videos on YouTube. There's actually 3 live on video on YouTube, but not this channel. It's another channel. Okay, that's where it is, right there. Tell us how you trade. No more shtick. Okay, Daisy, that's exactly what I've been doing. Haven't you been listening? Thank you, Jose. Muchas gracias, senor. Okay, so let's keep on going. What else we got? P. Everly wants to take a look at VOO. Let's get out of that one. We don't need to see this anymore. Okay. Okay, P. Everly, VOO. I'm going to tell you the exact same thing I tell everyone else when somebody asks me about a stock that I think is not that good. Just my opinion. Okay? $596 per share. Okay? Are you ready? $596 per share. The yield, 1.19%. 1.19%. That's not a week. That's not a month. That's not a quarter. That's per year. 1.19. Why do you possibly think that's good? Hold on. Let's go take a look at historical data. Okay? Historical data will tell us, is this thing consistently profitable? Brian wants to take a look at UPS. Okay, Brian, we'll take a look at UPS in a little bit. Right now, uh-oh, it's not coming up. Okay. All right, here we go. First thing I want to do is I want to take a look at historical prices. Okay, I want to see what the dividends are. Are they consistently profitable? It's a yes or no question. Then I want to take a look at all the dividends. Every single one that VOO has paid for the last 15 years. This is only 15 years old. I don't do companies 15 years old. I like 20 years, 2 decades. Okay, 2010. 55. 52, that's backwards. 53, 57, 58, 68, 57, backwards twice. 64, 68, 94, 67, backwards 3 times. 73, 78, 91, 77, backwards 4 times. 80, 87. 98, 90, 5 times. 95, 109, 100, 6 times. 80, 95, 7 times. 88, 8 times. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not consistently profitable. Sorry, that's no. Okay. Brian wanted to take a look at UPS. Let's go to UPS, see what it looks like. Uh-oh. No. Froze. My computer froze. Oh, no. Perfect time to answer some questions while we're waiting for this thing to unfreeze. All right, it's frozen. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go back to here. Here. Uh-oh. Back to here. Back to there and trade and UPS. UPS. Oh, ouch. First thing I want to take a look at, Brian, are you ready? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's looking for a new bottom. Bottom fishing. This is going to be a great opportunity next week. Okay, 30 days ago, here we are, shoots up, pulls back. Here's your bottom. Bottom for the last 30 days. You're going to make your money buying low, selling high. So sit, watch. What happens tomorrow? What happens Monday? What happens Tuesday? As soon as this baby turns around, starts going back up, then it might be a buying opportunity. At this moment in time, it's just sit and wait. Sit, wait, watch. That's about it. Brian, Whirlpool, WHR. Sorry, dude, Whirlpool. September, October, December, January. No, I don't do monthlies. So what do we have over here? Dun, da, da. All right, where are we? Evening from New Hampshire, Tesla, we already did that one. Bitcoin, hey, Beverly, I don't do Bitcoin. Flywood, Qs, we already looked at Qs. Lola, how much have you grown your portfolio year to date? Okay, Lola, I have 7. Which one do you want to see? Okay, simple question. Oh, right there. All right. Weekly trades 2025. Account 1, 58%. Account 2, 46%. Account 3, 63%. That's a couple of weeks ago. I haven't updated this in a couple of weeks, so I hate paperwork, really do. But there's your numbers right there. 58, 46, 63. You want to take a look at the trades? Here they are right there. Click on any one right there. Kohl's, Riot, Riley, Hertz, Devon Energy, Macy's, Riot. Every single trade I do in these 3, I got 7, I share 3 of them publicly. Remember, I got to draw the line somewhere. Take a look. I'm not hiding anything. If I make a mistake, yeah. Where are we now? We're in week number 35. Week 35, 7 accounts. I've lost 4 positions this year. 4 out of 7 accounts, and I do this many trades in one account per week. Okay? Account 2. Riley, Humana, Mara, Albemarle, Delta Airlines, Kohl's, Advanced Auto Parts, Hertz, Apple, Macy's, Riley, Apple, Albemarle. I do a lot of trades, and I only lost 4 this year so far. Well over 1,500 trades, and I only lost 4. Fish sticks, NIO. What the hell is that? And it's never a good sign if I say, what the hell is that? NIO. Okay, I'm going to say no. Okay, look at this. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment. Look at, from the bottom here, shoots up. Now she's coming down. Not this week. Okay, I don't know about you. Here's your bottom, shoots up, now it's coming down. Look for the bottom. Once she finds the bottom, turns around and goes up, that's the time to jump in. Now, when you do find the bottom, me personally, okay, I like a top, a bottom, 2 days to the upside. On the 3rd up day, I will jump in. I don't look for bottoms. I don't. I have no desire to say, ooh, I found the bottom. Nope, none whatsoever. I prefer to be profitable than to be right. Dr. Dev wants to take a look at CTAS. CTAS. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, here's your top, here's your bottom. One day to the upside. Bottom's here, one day up. Okay, now some of you might say, ooh, I like that. Nice drop, 226, 224. That's a $20 drop. Well, actually, it's a $22 drop. $22, which is 10%. 10% drop. Here's the bottom. Yesterday, today's higher. Okay, 2 more days. So Friday, so possibly Monday, this could be a good opportunity. Well, 206.80, it would be the 207s. The 207s, whoops, this one right here, is going for 165. Now that's 0.75%. So the question would be, Doc, if you like CTAS, it's only offering 0.75% for next week. I would say no, but that's me, because I want 1%. I don't want 0.75%. I can't do anything with Hormel. Options are terrible. HRL. Hormel. Holy cow. Dylan, this baby dropped. Bottom's right there. Okay. I have no idea where you jumped in, but 25, 24, the 26s, ugh, those are horrible. Now, I wouldn't normally do it because here's the price right there. Here's the closest strike. There's what it is. Look at 0, 0. If you're wrong, you get nothing. Always research what you're buying. Richard, how you doing? Nick Strickland, how are you today? Flywood, where looked at the cues. Kevo, can you give me, we already said that one, Kevin. Pompeii, yep, we already did that one too. Beverly, Voo, V-O-O, yep. Abash, how are you doing? Indy, how you doing? Noah Dip. I know you wouldn't touch this one, but can you look at Open Door in a minute? I got a good bit of it. Okay, Noah, we looked at Open a little while ago. It was 50 cents a couple of months ago. Why would I jump into that? Allison, you made 58,000 today. I'm not quite sure, Allison, if that's good or that's bad, because there's so many parts of that equation that are missing. Okay, number one, what was the entity? What stock was it? What option was it? Was it a stock? Was it a commodity? Was it a futures? Was it cryptocurrency? Was it Forex? It could have been anything. For all I know, it could have been OnlyFans and you got your bonus check today. I have no idea. I know what 58,000 today means. I know what that means. But you're missing a lot of parts of that equation. So I have no idea how or why you made 58,000. And then again, I have no idea what you started out with. So if you started out with $3 billion, 58,000 is nothing. If you started out with 100,000, well, 58,000 is over 50%. Certain parts of your equation are missing. So I can't get excited when I don't know very important information. Okay, Lopez. Many moving parts. Was there a stock split, recession, sector performance? Okay, I'm going to say the same thing. JG 19214 SEC watching. Okay, hi. Jen Pinka, back again. How you doing? Mr. Dapo, chp.un. What the heck is that? chp.un. It's not an American stock is what it is. We cannot find that symbol. That's what that means. QDTE. QDTE. No. I don't do monthlies. Okay, you weren't paying attention. One secret to success. Thank you. Matt King, how are you today? Okay. Maina Mesh. Hey, James, could you show us how to execute a covered call on a stock I already own? Well, that part is easy. Let's find a good one. Let's find General Motors. Nice. GM. There you go. Okay. So, hypothetically speaking, you already own GM. If you want to do a covered call on GM, you would change this right here. Change it to covered calls. And this is where you do the covered calls right there. Well, you already own the stock. So you want a single option, which is back here again, single. So whatever you own the stock on. So there's always different parts of the equation. Number one, what did you buy it for? Number two, where is it now? Is it going up? Is it going down? Number three, what is the closest strike price? Let's get rid of this one because this expires tomorrow. It's basically useless. What is the closest strike price to your purchase price? Is the stock going up or is it going down? If it's going up, great. Where is it at the money? What kind of return is it? They're all interesting questions you gotta need to know. iOS, we already looked at UPS. Okay, so Maina. When you decide which option you want to sell against the positions you already have, you pick the strike price, and then you pick the number you want to sell. So if you want to sell the 59, you come to the 59 and you sell 59, boom, right there. Then you have to decide, let's get rid of this. How many do you have? 1 contract, 2, 5, 10, 23? How will the Fed cutting interest rates affect stocks? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, splurge. Okay, splurge. Remember, never buy something you don't want to hold on to for the rest of your life. So whatever the Fed does, totally irrelevant. Okay, whatever the guy in the big chair says, totally irrelevant. Everything should be totally irrelevant to the choices you want to make with your money. That's a personal decision for you. Do you like the company? Does it make sense? Is it worth buying and holding? These are questions that only you can answer. And that's your responsibility. You've got to figure out, do I like General Motors? Do I like General Motors at this current price, $58.15? Well, the $58.15, the 58 is selling for 90 cents. That's over 1.5%. Does that make sense? Well, yes, it does, because it's a mathematical problem. Okay, mathematical problem, they make sense because 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2 no matter what. Math is the only exact science because mathematics, there is a right answer and there's a wrong answer. Every other science, every other thought, everything is subjective, but math isn't. 1 plus 1 equals 2 no matter what galaxy you come from. Jen, how are you doing, Jen? Oh, love, thank you. All right, SEC watching, I don't know what that means. Alrighty. Okay, got that one. A-Bash, what was that? Tharimune, I have no idea what that means. Lions Baseball, Palo Alto, that's in California. What's the list? Love, the list, are you ready? The list. List number 1, Dividend Kings list. That's about 54 companies that have consistently increased their profits for 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats, I think there's 67 that have increased their profits for 25 years. Dividend Champions, about 150 companies that have consistently profitable for 25 years, a quarter of a century. Dividend Contenders, 300 companies that have consistently increased their profits for 10 to 24 years. And then just for the hell of it, let's throw in Warren Buffett's list, because if it's Warren Buffett's list, hey, he's got to be doing something right. Broski Diggs just wanted to say, life is memory embedded into reality, keeps its individuality, but outside of its patent wholeness through the compassion structure and unforced governance. That's got nothing to do with the topic we're talking about. Cody, invest $2,000. Okay. Dylan, sorry. Okay, David, blah, 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 blah. You guys got nothing interesting to say. I hope you become very wealthy, happiness, and money-wise. Okay. What is this guy yapping about? Bent Rod Willie. I feel sorry for your girlfriend, dude. Or wife, whatever. Hope all is well. Cool. I invest in Rocket Lab. If you want risky and frisky, there you go. Target needs a bottom. Dylan, yes, it does. Well, let's take a look at Target. I like a Target. TGT. Yep, he's right. Oh, wait a minute. There is a bottom right there yesterday. Okay. She shoots up, pulls back. Here's a bottom right there yesterday. Today's one day to the upside. 92.71. What's the 93 going for? 140. That's 1.5%. If you like Target. 1.5% is not bad. Sandra Real Lynn, up 18,000 in 6 weeks following your strategy. You're welcome. Alex, Duke Energy. Hold on. QDTE. Okay, already did that one. Already did that one. Already did that one. Palo Alto. What's the list? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Where do we get to the paid services? Charlie, that's in the bio. I promised I'm not going to try to sell anything. Okay, in the bio, top left-hand corner, you click on that. Send me a number. I'll give you a call. We'll chat. This is not for everyone. It's boring. It's slow. It's monotonous. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But it's also consistently profitable. And it only takes 10 minutes a day. All right. Alex wants to take a look at Duke Energy. DUK. DUK. No. Wasn't that quick, Alex? I don't do monthlies. September, October, December, January. The numbers just don't work for monthlies. Duke Energy may be the greatest thing in the world, but I don't do monthlies. They just don't pay what I'm looking for. Mr. Question, Mr. J, there you go. Sandra, thank you, you're welcome. Mr. Dapo, we already looked at that one. It was a no. Okay, Abash, Tharamune. Okay, you have to give me the ticker symbol. That doesn't mean anything. Oh, Charlie, how do we get into the hedge fund? Send me your number. I'll give you a call. Heartbeats, good evening. I'm not quite sure. Suxter? Is that right? C-U-X-S-T-R? What the hell kind? No, I'm not going to complain what your parents named you. Thoughts on QCOM? Morha. QCOM. Is it my imagination or have we not done a covered call yet? Have we not done an example? I can't remember us doing one. Have we not found something that looks good? What else do we have over here? All right. UPS, we already did. Whirlpool, we looked at. Ooh, Brian wants to take a look at Pfizer. We'll take a look at Pfizer in a second. Let's look at QCOM. Okay. The high, the low, up, down, up, 159.71, the 160s, 232. This might be the first one we take a look at because the chart looks okay. The numbers look good. Let's take a deeper dive into the chart. What is it telling us? Well, at first, the 5 things, high, low, where was it? Where is it? What's the motion? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's simplified. Great. Well, let's take a deeper dive in it. You ready? Here we go. A year ago, 164.68. The high of the year, being the second week of November last year, 182.51. Here we go. TDS day right there. Second week in April. Here's your bottom. 120. Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. What's going on here? Okay. Let's zoom into the last 30 days because the last 30 days gives us an idea where it's going next. So what am I looking on the last 3 months, the last 90 days? Look at the pattern. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Same thing. Same thing. And it's not that big of a spread. Okay. Up, down, up, down. It's about it's about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So let's get a little closer. Get a little closer. Here we go. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, not 100%, kind of sideways. Look at this. Between 154 and 159, kind of going sideways. Let's do a covered call on QCOM because we haven't done any tonight. Do I like QCOM at 160? Because it's at 159.71. The top is 162. I wouldn't do this when it's too close to the high. I don't like buying at the high, but there's a possibility that this is the new trading range. She came down, now she's going up. The numbers really don't work. Anonymous truther, 1% a week. That seems low selling puts, doesn't it? I don't sell puts normally. But you're right, 1% is low. But guess what? I'm perfectly okay with 1% a week. Okay, so if you're looking for more than 1% a week, you're in the wrong place. Okay, I'm not looking to buy a stock and have it shoot up to the moon. No, I'm not. Okay, don't get me wrong. Here's your bottom, 1 day, 2 day, 3rd day. That's what I get in right there. More than likely, I'm out right here. I only want 1%. Consistently, predictably, that's what I want. Oh, I like the Lee family, right? Simply, safely, predictably, consistently, profitably. The Lee family, love them. Jen and Company, how are you today? Anonymous, I'm looking for 2 to 2.5% per week. Great. Infinite Sky, please help me. I just put 220,000 on CMG. How dumb was that? Okay, CMG. Isn't that Chipotle, CMG? It is. Okay. Now, I'm not going to insult you or make you feel worse than you already do at the moment. Okay? I'm just going to give you a brief outline what I'm doing, what I'm looking for. Number one, Chipotle doesn't have dividends. So very real. Now, I have done Chipotle in the past, but the numbers were just screaming like 4 or 5% for 1 week. All right, fine, I'll take 4% because everything looked right. This doesn't look right. Let's go over it and see what it looks like. You ready? First thing, 5 things I'm looking for. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's coming down now. So when you say you just got into it, was that today, yesterday, the day before? Let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, so here's the last 30 days. I'm still looking for the exact 5 things. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Down, whoops, down, up, down. Okay, yesterday, before this showed, well, let's get rid of that one. Let's go back 1 day. Okay. That looks like the bottom. 1 day to the upside. I like 2 days to the upside. And then on the 3rd day, I'll jump in. Okay. 1 day forward, which would be today. Okay. Things not done dropping yet. Okay, my humble opinion, wait for the bottom. Okay, if you already own it, well, I have no idea what you bought it for. Okay, so if I bought $220,000 worth of this, right now it's at 41.41. I would be looking at selling next week's 42s or the 43s or the 42.50s. The 42s are going for 45. That's over 1%. The 42.50s are going for 30, which is about 0.75%. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 1% every single week is over 50% per year. Now, 50% of 220,000, that's 110,000 bucks for 10 or 15 minutes a day. 10 or 15 minutes comes to an hour a week. All right, what do we have next? Calitron, how are you doing? Peacekeeper or keep peace? Keep peace 1. Okay. Jaden Richards, how are you? Anonymous Truther. Okay, Open Sky, 0.3 delta sell puts 500 per contract, make 22,000 in 3 weeks. Okay. Hank wants to take a look at STZ. STZ. Oh, same thing, Hank. Take a look. Okay, top, down, up, down, looking for a new bottom. Sit and wait. What's your hurry? Next Friday's coming anyway. So if today's the bottom, what's tomorrow going to be? It's either going to be higher or lower. It's one or the other. Can't be both. Okay, Morha. We already looked at QCOM already. Kevo wants to take a look at ExxonMobil. No. It should take you 3 to 4 seconds. That's it, 3 to 4. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. Bottom here, shoots up, now it pulls back. Not quite what I want to jump into. However, take a look at this. 106 shoots up to 115. That's $9 increase. Was that 8%? 8% jump. Yep, I'm jumping out. Now she's coming back down again. How far down is it going to come before she finds the bottom, turns around, goes back up again? We don't know. We will see. Ricky Osborne, how are you today? None of your business. I need your option on what I should do tomorrow, please. Okay, I'm not quite sure. Okay, you could always send me your number. I can give you a buzz in the morning. We can chat. Believe it or not, I love talking to people. I really do. I like hearing people's stories. Where you are, where you go. My hair looks terrible. 62. I'm going to be 62 and I still have most of my hair. Yay for me. iOS, we already looked at UPS. Okay, so Ricky, you got to tell me which one. No, is NBY, is that actually a stock? NBY? Novo Farm, oh, hell no. Sorry, dude, hell no. Number one, no options. Number two, this thing was at 50 cents a little while ago. No way possible it can have 20 years of increased profits. No. Over here, Brian wants to take a look at Pfizer, PFE. Okay, same issue here, Brian. We're looking for the bottom. Zoom in. Okay. A month ago, shoots up, pulls back, looking for a new bottom. If you like Pfizer, just sit, wait it out. Wait till it shows up. It's going to knock on your door. Brian, here I am. The bottom, going back up. Not today, not this week. Might be next week. Real Paradise Charter, STNE. Also, what platform are you using to trade and see info? Okay, Real Paradise, this is Think or Swim. It is owned by Charles Schwab. Now, you can download it for free, put it on your computer. Don't bother your phone. It's just too much information for your phone, too congested. Okay, the online version, not the same. I've used each one. This is the best one. I get nothing from it. So don't think I get a commission. I don't. Okay, I don't even get a thank you. I get nothing. I get to use their platform, but I get to pay the commissions also. So it is what it is. Brian, oh, I meant Real wants to take a look at STNE. I have no idea what that is. STNE. It's a no is what it is. I don't do monthlies. They just don't pay what I'm looking for. Sorry about that, Real Paradise. Now, Real Paradise charters boats, RVs, motorhomes, houses, camping in the woods. I don't know. What charters is that? Brian, JD. What the heck is JD? What is it? JD.com Inc. Okay. Interesting. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, down. What's going on here? 30.91. The 31 is going for 58. Not quite 2%, but still more than 1.5. Let's take a better look. Glasses. This is what you get to look for when you get older. The bottom of the year, okay, second week of September, 25.51. Couple of days later, there's the top. She goes from 25, shoots up to 47, and in just a couple of days. Then she drops. Okay, so the high, 47.77. Last 90 days. Okay, same thing. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this, down, up, down, up. Last 30 days. Ooh, excuse me. Same thing. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Sorry, not this week. Nice job. Love the transparency. Thank you, Miss Lola. How long do your trades last on average? 5 to 10 days. I get in on Monday. I like to be out on Friday. Every once in a while, I'll roll it into the next week and see what the numbers look like. Ham sandwich. NAS. NAS. Okay, ham sandwich. No options. No thank you. Okay, rule number 4. Weekly options only. Jay, Google. Come on, Jay. Have you even looked at Google? Okay. Number 1, I don't buy at the high of the year. Number 2, Google has 2 years of dividends. That's it. Uh-oh. Pompey Surgical wants me to explain my strategy for limiting risk. Covered calls. Absolutely. I'm going to take a deep breath. Ready, Pompey? Here we go. I do covered calls on dividend stocks, pre-qualified dividend stocks. Those are companies that have consistently been profitable for at least 2 decades. 2 decades, just before the EX date, stocks have a tendency to go up. By knowing the stock has a tendency to go up just before the EX dividend date, allows me to get into a simple, safe, predictable strategy called the covered call. I get in at the money. I buy it for a certain price, sell it for the exact same price. I collect the premium over 1%. That's 1% every single week. Okay? How long typically covered call bought for? Okay, Coach Bill, I buy the stock. I sell the option. Look at it this way, Bill. Say, hypothetically, you got an old car, 67 Pontiac convertible in your backyard. You take that baby, you push it out to the front. Slap a for sale sign on it, $5,000. Tom from down the street says, hey, I like your car. Let me give you $500. Hold it for me until Friday. If I come back on Friday, consider it as a non-refundable deposit. Okay? If I come back on Friday, I'll give you the rest of the money. If I don't come back on Friday, you are free to sell it to someone else. Okay, so week 1, you got $500 from Bill down the street. Week 2, Tom, 2 streets over, he comes by and said, hey, I like your car. Let me give you $500. I'll come back on Friday. If he comes back on Friday, he pays you for the car. If he doesn't come back on Friday, you keep that $500. $500 from Bill, $500 from Tim. Now Ted comes by, week number 3. Hey, I like your car. Let me give you $500. If I come back on Friday, I'll give you the $5,000 for the car. Think of the $500 up front as a non-refundable deposit. Great. 3 weeks, you made $500, $500, $500, and you still have your car. Eventually, you're either going to lower the price of your car or someone's going to give you the $5,000 for the car. That's a covered call. You own something, the stock. You sell it to someone else at an agreed upon price by an agreed upon date, and they give you consideration, which is the premium. Now, is that premium 1% of the price? $232, $355. So what is 1% of $232? $232. Isn't that weird? 1% of $232 is $2.32. Still the same number, 232, 232. You're just moving the decimal point. That's it. 1% a week. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Never buy a stock you don't want to own for the rest of your life. Never buy a stock as it's falling. Okay? Okay? Never buy a stock at the high of the year. Not once in my 30 years have I ever heard anybody say the greatest strategy in the world is buying a stock at the absolute high and waiting for it to go higher. Never, ever, ever, ever have I heard that. Okay? Stocks drop, isolate the bottom as she's going back up. That's where I want to jump in. You have to figure out what works for you. I don't give advice. I don't give tips. I don't give recommendations. A few. Number one, never use margin money until you understand the risks. Number two, never put any money into the stock market until you paper trade. Okay? I've been trading for 30 years. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Live, paper trading. Okay? Look up here. Okay? Live. I get 7 accounts. One of them is a paper trading account. I share 3 of them publicly. Okay? I got nothing to hide. Okay? You can look me up. I've been online since the early 90s. I still have my email address from the late 80s. No. Early 90s. Okay? I remember a 258 modem dial-up. We had to pay per minute. And if somebody picked up the phone at the other end of the house, we got tossed off. Ooh, I got a question. Michael, do you have an opinion on Honeywell? Ooh, Michael, let's check it out. Honeywell. H-O-N. Oh, no, I don't have an opinion. Here's your top, here's your bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Up, down, up, down. Look at this right here. It's searching for a new bottom. That's my opinion on Honeywell. Don't get me wrong, I love Honeywell. I bought it a couple of months ago. Okay? Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down. Looking for a new bottom. Okay? So, Michael, next week, remind me, okay, during the live show, remind me. I want to look tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday and see, has it found the bottom and turned around yet? I like Honeywell, I do, if the numbers work. How long you typically, I already did that one. Pengu, Pudgy, Penguins, thank you. Jay, Google, already looked at it. Alex, Duke Energy, already looked at it. Should I do weekly sell puts on Tesla? S17, you already asked that question a while ago. ETHA, Garrett, what the hell is that? ETHA. Ethan Allen. Oh, no. Okay. Top, bottom, up, down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment. Let's zoom in a little closer. What do you think, Alan? You think this is the right time to buy? It's coming down. Wasn't Alan, it was Garrett. Sorry, Garrett. Mooncat. What other strategies can we go for other than covered call, being that you'd have to own to have shares, 100 shares? Okay, Mooncat, there's a whole bunch of trading strategies. You can buy the stock, you can sell the stock. There is something called selling short, okay? There's, oh, wait, where's the strategies? Right here. Okay? Single, that's just options. Vertical, that's 2 options together. Back ratio, that's 3 options together. Calendar, that's 2. Diagonal, that's 2. Straddle, that's 4. Strangle, I think that's 4. Covered, that's 2. Synthetic collar, butterfly condor, iron condor, vertical roll call, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole bunch of trading strategies. I only give away one. I'm giving it to you for free. I'm not even asking for an email. And no, I'm not trying to sell you anything either. All right? Okay, what other strategy? We already did that one. Floyd! How are you doing, Floyd? Eric, Steve. Steve. A trend and. I have no idea what that means. All right. Cuckster. Aflac might be good. You're right. Aflac is a dividend king. Okay, they've been profitable, AFL, for over 5 decades. And that looks pretty good, dude. It does. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. 108.55. The 109s are going for 75. Sorry. The numbers just don't look good. Okay? Now, it's not, well, it's 8.55. So if we do the 8, the 108s, It's paying 125, but I'm losing 85 cents. You take 85 cents on that, it's just not worth it. The numbers just don't work for Aflac. Don't get me wrong, I've done Aflac before, but you really got to check the numbers. What am I buying it for? What strike price am I selling? You're either going to do the 108s or the 109s. The 109s, 75 cents. Not quite there. 0.75%. The 108s, well, I'm buying it for 110. Yeah, no, the numbers just don't work. Sorry. Zach, ULTY, is always someone who picks something that's totally a no. Zach, do me a favor. I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes. Okay? I promise you 100%. You go check something out for me. Come back, give me that answer, and we will dive deep into ULTY. What I want you to do, Zach, is I want you to go to whatever financial website you look at to decide whether or not you like something. Once you get there, take a look at each and every single dividend that ULTY has paid in the last 20 years, 2 decades, last 20 years. And then tell me, how many times has it gone up? How many times has it gone down? Is it consistently profitable or is it not? You come back with those answers and we'll take a deep dive into ULTY. Deal? Okay. JD, Brian, we already looked at JD. Thank you, Lola. Ham sandwich, NAS, doesn't work. The spread is pretty wide. Thank you there, Dr. Dev. $6 on the other side, got it. Of CTAS, got it. 3%, got it. Never mind, yep, I see that. NFP, gonna dump tomorrow. Okay, Henson, I have no idea what NFP is. NFP, National Financial Partners. No options. Don't know, don't care. Like that one? It's literally in the math. You're absolutely right, Ryan. Ryan, WDYM. You don't know. Rate decreases always increases stock valuation. Can you explain what MDYM? What the hell is that? WDYM. That's an acronym for something. You're making the assumption that I have an idea of what you're thinking. Terribly sorry, Ryan. I've done so many jobs in my life. Okay, I worked at a couple of factories. Okay, they have acronyms. Okay, I worked on a lobster boat. I worked on a fishing boat. I worked on a farm. I worked in a manufacturing company. I worked in restaurants. I've been a dishwasher. I've been a server. I've done a lot of stuff. WDYM, totally clueless to what that means. Because I can blurt off a whole bunch of crap that would go right over your head. Okay? So if you're going to talk in a manner which people understand. WDYM, no idea what that means. And no, I don't know. All righty. Odd Jobs Kev wants to take a look at rail. RAIL. What the hell is that? Freight car. No. Who is that? Odd Job Kev. September, October, December, March. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Sorry. Ryan, it's literally in the math. WDYM means it's literally in the math. The letters just don't make sense. Sorry, Ryan. Lexman, Florida. Do you sell one strike out to usually get 1%? Lexman, I'm going to see if I can. You're absolutely right. Numbers never lie. Lexman, what I do, it's always the same. Time and time and time again. What am I buying it for? What is the safest way for me to get 1%? One strike in the money, 2 strikes in the money, at the money, out of the money. It's always, always, always a math problem. What is it at? What does it look like it's going? What is the best place and the safest place for me to put my money? Alex Wagner, we already looked at Duke Energy. KMB, Kimberly Clark, BDJ. Kimberly Clark, KMB. Not quite, dude. Okay, here's your 30-day top. She drops. Bottom was yesterday. Today is 1 day to the upside. Now, I like 2 days to the upside, which means if she's higher tomorrow, then she becomes a contender for Monday. But not at this moment. It's close. Thoughts on APO. Levi, how are you doing today? APO, is that right? APO, what the hell is that? Apollo Global. Never heard of it. What's this? Same thing. 30-day high, a 30-day bottom, drop down, up. Okay, bottom was yesterday. Today, 1 day to the upside. Again, another possible contender for Monday. What's the price? 134.76, 134.76, 134.76, 134.76. What do you think? 134.76. What's the closest strike price? 135, 240. So this works. The numbers work. This right here, okay, down, up, down. Here's the bottom yesterday, 1 day to the upside. If you are okay with 1 day to the upside, that's a good trade. I don't do 1 day to the upside. I do 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I will jump in. So this looks like a possibility for Monday. Matter of fact, I'm going to write it down for next week. APO. Look like we got 15 good quality stocks for next week to look at. Cool beans. STNE. Okay, Real Paradise. We already did STNE. STNE. Yeah, I already did that one. How do you become a minion? You spelled minion wrong, but okay. Charlie, DM me. Top left-hand corner, little picture of myself right up there. Yeah, click on that. That will take you to the bio. Bio basically gives you all the information about me. Also, there's a spot where you can send me a direct message. Charlie, thank you, Charlie. Mortada, how are you doing today? Cincinnatus, haven't seen you a couple of days. How are you, brother? David, good afternoon. Real Paradise, thank you. Okay, Cluckster, we already looked at Aflac. Rue, how you doing? Rome. Jokester, how you doing? Did Macy's thing do good? Don't know. Hakeem, thank you for that. Oh, WDYM. What do you mean? Why don't you just say, what do you mean? But thank you for that, Levi. Hakeem, thank you. What about VFC? Now, I actually have some VFC, so sit tight. VERU. McFlipper. I have no idea what that is, but let's take a look. VERU. Okay. Interesting. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, sideways. 330. 330. I'm going to say no. Look at this. 0, 0, 0, 0. Meaning when you see a bunch of zeros, if you are wrong, you get nothing. So there's a few of them to do this. Energy transfer. There was a couple of them. AIG. No, that wasn't it. AGNC. I think that might have been the second one. TED, VFC. Now, TED, I do own some VFC. VFC. Okay, check it out. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, sideways, up. 14.97, 15, 40 cents. 40 cents on a $15 stock. That's over 3%. Let's do one on VFC because I want you to see what 3% looks like. And we haven't done a good one, and I've already owned it. So let's bypass all that stuff. Let's do this covered call. We haven't done a single one all night. This is going to be the first one. VFC, 14.97. The 15s right there. Let's do this. You ready? Here we go. All right. Covered stock, 15 right there. One contract at the market. Here we go. Confirm and send. Here's Johnny. Buy one covered call VFC 100s. That's the weeklies. 12 September 25. That means this option is going to expire next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. The $15 call option against the stock at the market to open to open. This is just the order. Okay? Always, always read the order out loud so you can see it and you can hear it to make sure you're doing it right. All right. Maximum profit. Do you remember the part where I said simple, safe, predictable? Means I know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. $44.50 per contract. So you got to decide, this is where that math comes in. You've got to decide how many contracts can you afford to do. Well, each contract is going to be $1,400. So can you do 1? Can you do 7? Can you do 39? We're all different. We all have different amounts of money to work with. Well, let's check it out. Okay, here's the profit. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees. I already know what's going to cost me. I already know what my profit's going to be. It's already there. So let's get the calculator out and find out exactly what the rate of return is. Now I'm going to show you a nifty little trick that you probably may or may not have seen. First thing we want to do is clear that. Put the profit, $44.50. Okay, and we're going to take the profit and we're going to divide it by the investment. That will give me the rate of return for 1 week. Okay, $44.50 is the profit. The investment, $14.56. $14.56 gives me a grand total of 3% for 1 week. Let me explain a few things. 3% 1 week. If 1% is 50% per year, 2% is 100% per year, 3% is 150% per year. Okay, you could basically double your money in like 8 months, 9 months at 3% a week. Well, that's awesome. Let me show you something else. Now, this number here, okay, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. That number is if it is a cash account. Now, there's something called a margin account, which I highly suggest you do not do until you understand the risks involved. Okay? Now, this number here is how much money I got to put up, because for me, I have a margin account. Every single account I have is a margin account. I've been doing this for a very long time. I understand the risks. And yes, this year I got 4 margin calls. A margin call is basically where the stock drops to a point where you don't have enough money in your account to satisfy all your positions, and then you have to dump some more money in. I didn't have to dump any money in. I just took the positions and rolled them forward a couple of weeks and satisfied that obligation. Always a way out of almost every situation. Don't panic. Number 1, don't panic. It's only money. Okay? Now, I say that nonchalantly because I'm 61 years old, which means I have something that a lot of you people don't have. And it has nothing to do with male, female, privilege, not privilege, nothing to do with any of that crap. I have what is called wisdom. And the only way you get wisdom is by doing stupid shit. You do stupid shit, you fall on your face, and say, damn it, I'm not going to do that again. Guess what? You do something else stupid, fall on your face again. And you learn. Now, if you don't learn from your mistakes, you don't get any wisdom. Anyway, so let's see what the numbers look like on a margin account. That might give you something to open your eyes a little bit differently. All right, so all cash, it's a 3% trade for 1 week. It's the same profit. The profit never changes. $44.50 per contract. Margin means I have to put in less money. Okay, how much am I putting in? $707. Okay, buying power effect, $707 for 1 contract. Okay, what does that come to? 6.29% for 1 week. Now, my goal is 1% a week. I would do a trade like this because, number one, I like VFC. Well, I already own some, so that's kind of irrelevant. Not the point. But this is what I look for. I look for, number one, a company that I like. Is VFC on your list or is it not? Are they consistently profitable or are they not? Look at the chart. Let's get out of this. Out of that. Back out of this. Okay, look at the chart. What is the chart telling you? This is a 1-year chart. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. Okay, look, it's not that difficult. Up, down, up, sideways, up. It's not that difficult. You can get a 3rd grader, a 4th grader, a 5th. Get your grandchildren here. Up, down, sideways, up. It's not that difficult. Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Holy shit, it's past 11 o'clock. I'm done. I'm going to take some questions, and that's going to be it for the day. Actually, that's going to be it for the week, because I don't do Friday nights, and I don't do Saturday nights. So what other questions do we got? Ted, VFC, we just looked at it. CJ Bohannon, RX, we'll have to take a look at it next time. Hakeem, thank you very much, dude. It's very nice to see you. Where else are we? Thank you. Thank you, Hakeem. I need a mentor on meme coin. Dude, I can't help you out. I don't do meme coins. Flipper tag. Have to look at it next time. New Jersey. What's happening? New Jersey. You shorted Lululemon. Would you continue to short with volatility next week or too risky for you? Number one, I don't do Lululemon. Hasn't been around for 20 years. Have you ever been assigned? All the time. All the time. It's just part of the game. You buy something, you sell something. You get assigned, it gets taken away from you. Not a big deal. You get all your money back. What's wrong with that? Okay, think about it. If I buy VFC and I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at the exact same price I paid for it, well, I don't care if I get assigned. I get my money back and I get the profit that I'm looking for. I'm not looking to buy a stock to hold on to it. I'm just using it to take a ride. Do you explain margin to your minions? Yeah, I tell them the exact same thing. Never use margin until you understand the risks involved. New Jersey, it's a wash. Why would it be a wash? Okay, if it's a wash, you did something wrong. Seriously, you did. Because if I buy it tomorrow morning at $14.97, closest strike price is 15. Well, at 15, I'm walking away with 43. No, sorry. At 15, I'm walking away with 40. Now, 40 cents on a $15 stock is over 3%. So if the stock goes above 15, someone's going to take it away from me at 15. I really don't care. I want this. I don't care about this. Seriously, I don't. I want the insurance premiums. That's all I want. Time to delete. These people don't even understand that you want to get assigned. Thank you, their time to delete. That's a safe part of this strategy. Yeah. Okay, because stocks go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. So let's say, hypothetically, I buy it tomorrow morning, $14.97. You see the price right there? $14.97. I sell a covered call at 15 right here. I pick up 40 cents a share. 40 cents a share is not a lot, but it is 3% of my investment. And my goal is to get 1% of my investment. Well, 1% of my investment is 15 cents. This is 40. That's 3%. If it goes above 15, it can go to 20. I really don't care. If I buy it at $14.97, sell the 15s, it shoots up to 20, 25, don't care. Someone's going to buy it from me at 15 because I sold the rights for someone to buy it from me at 15. That's my goal, to get that 3%. I don't care if it shoots up and somebody else makes money. Good for them. They made money. I made money. The market maker made money. Everybody's happy. I don't see the problem. Let's keep on going. LA Soundwave, Hollywood. Hollywood's in the house. Way to go, Hollywood. How you doing today, brother? Charlie, is the platform you're using Sink or Swim? It's Think, T-H-I-N-K, Think. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I know how to do this. I think I know how to do this. No. Oh. Yeah. No. All right. I don't know how to use it. I just got it like 2 weeks ago. I don't know how to use it. It's Think or Swim. Yeah, come on. That ain't it. Nope. Sorry, it's Think. Think or Swim. All right. To narrow down the weekly stocks. Yep. Hollywood. Hollywood, we already looked at Macy's today. We didn't look at Kohl's, though. You made 2.5% with Schlumberger. Way to go, dude. MPW, K-Van. Now, we did a lot of MPW last year and the beginning of this year, but at this moment in time, we don't have any MPW. Florida, Georgia, cross country. Back again. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm living proof that your strategy works, and indeed, I do a minimum of 2 to 3% a week. Awesome. Anon, GPC, Genuine Parts Corporation. You can't get a better company than GPC. Now, GPC is one of the most unsexiest companies there possibly is. They make aftermarket car parts, spark plugs, windshield wiper blades, windshield wiper fluid, oil filters, air filters, stuff like that. 7. Are you counting that? 7 decades of consistent profitability. GPC. I don't trade them because they're a monthly. Doesn't work for me. Ooh, Anon, Pepsi. We'll take a look at it next time. Only that I also sell monthly companies 2 to 3 weeks in advance, making more than 5%. Cool beans. Ooh, Rain, TMC. That is Taiwan Semiconductors. Is that right? TMC? I don't know. I have contracts on UPS. Okay. I don't do monthly, but I learned a few other strategies. Way to go, Hollywood. Uh-oh. Oh, what did I miss? Popular, blah, 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 blah. Love and Unity, how are you doing? Where can I see these lists? Dre, are you ready? Okay. Google. Dre, go to Google in the search bar. Dividend Kings List 2025. Search. Dividend Aristocrats List 2025. Search. That's all it is. General Motors is too high. I would wait to jump in. Okay, I'm going to agree with you. Love and Unity. Go, thank you. All right, Gary, show up every day. I'm here every night except for Friday nights and Saturday nights. Vanilla Baby, how are you? Chris Owl, how are you doing? See, Target is great. I have 5 contracts. Cool beans. Okay, Cluckster, we already looked at Aflac. It's a no. Ken, give me information on the hedge fund. All right, Ken, we get 3 opportunities in the hedge fund. You get a guarantee, 10% or 220, one or the other. Send me your number. I'll give you a buzz. We can chat. TDS, too damn stupid, is not good for what we do. All right, Gally Wallace, message me. Low battery. We're about done anyway. 1% is plenty. 9 LARP. W grifting. I have no idea what that means, but okay. We're looking for consistency. Absolutely. 1% a week is something 50% a year. Okay. Indeed, it is easy. Adam Visual AV, 1% on stock option isn't good. You would at least want 20% gains. Okay, Adam, if that's what you want to do, hey, more power to you, brother. Really. Okay? I don't buy options, I sell options. And I am perfectly, Adam, listen closely. I am perfectly happy getting 1% on each one of my options trade every single week. Perfectly okay with it. You want to go for 20? You have at it. Have fun. Florida, Georgia, it's 1% per company per week. If you do the numbers, you would understand. That's it. Thank you. Adam, predictions on NFP tomorrow morning. I have no idea what NFP is, and we're past my time, so I'm just going through the questions. Matt, iPhone. Okay. IPG. Let's do it tomorrow. Next time. SCMI. Next time. No. It's past 11. I've already done my time. Odd Job Kev. We looked at rail a while ago. MK154. There is no science to it. It's human behavior. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Dapo, could you please explain a covered call slowly? All right. A covered call. There are literally hundreds of videos online that explain what a covered call is. Basically, simply put, okay? Let's do this really slow. Current price. $14.97. Okay? Current price. $14.97, $14.97, $14.97, $14.97. It's in an upward trend. Okay? $14.97. That's the current stock price. If I, tomorrow morning, buy the stock at $14.97, okay? I buy the stock $14.97 tomorrow morning. After I buy the stock, I turn around and sell it to someone else doing a covered call. Now, $14.97, the closest strike price to $14.97 is going to be 15. 15 is selling for, at this moment in time, 40 cents per share. 40 cents per share on a $15 stock is more than 3%. It's a simple math problem. How many times does 15 go into 40? A little over 3. So if I buy it, $14.97, sell it at 15, I collect 40 cents. My risk is that the stock might not be at 15 by next Friday. If it's above 15, I get all my money back and I get to keep this. If it's less than 15 by next Friday, I still get to keep this. And then I get to sell 19 September's 15 for whatever's going next week. Think of it this way, okay? VFC. Let's think of it this way. VFC is going to be a weekly cash producing asset. It's going to cost me X amount of dollars to buy one contract. One contract. Kind of the same like a vending machine or a candy or a bubblegum machine. Okay, cost me $1,500 to buy a bubblegum machine. Great. Every single week I'm getting a 3% return. Every single, well, 1% to 3% every single week until I decide to sell it. What am I selling it at? 15. I will hold it until the day I die or until it hits 15. Well, guess what? Here's the high, here's the low, sideways, now it's going up. Where's 15? 15 is 3 pennies away. Can it hit it by next Friday? Yes, it can. Is it going to? Don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't care. I have two things on the top of my mind. Number one, is the company consistently profitable? That's all I care. Because the funny thing about stocks, whether you buy it here at $10 or whether you buy it here at $28, totally irrelevant. It's got the stock price has nothing to do if the company is profitable or not. Nothing. Nothing to do if the company is making money, if it's at 28 or if it's at 10. Seriously. If you buy it at 28 and then it drops to 10, that's more than a 50% drop. Does the CEO get on the phone and say, hey, our stock just dropped 50%. I need you to cut back your hours? No, they don't. I was in corporate America, not once did anybody ever say anything about, hey, our stock price is low, we need to tighten the belt. No. Okay, the powers that be in each and every company, the president, the vice president, the CEO, the CFO, all those people, the guy who sweeps the floor, nobody in that company is going to lose their job because the stock goes from 28 to 10. As a matter of fact, this bullshit here, that's our perception of the value of the company. It's got nothing to do with the company at all. Because the company, what makes up the value of the company? What do they own? What do they owe? What is their cash flow coming in? What is their consistency of profitability? There's a lot going on inside the actual value of the company. This is just our opinion of what we think it's worth. That's all it is. Okay. We're at 1122. Hopefully that explained it. Can you make 1% a month using covered call S&P 500? Yeah, you can. Hello, will COSM go up anytime soon? I have no idea who they are. Okay, thank you for that, wild spinner. What do you mean? That must be a new terminology. All right. Can you look at Target next time? Short Lulu, you have fun with that. Cody, top 3 long-term investments. Education, education, and education. Starting at 50, way behind starting point. Not necessarily. You got, depending on where you want to retire. You want to try retire at 55? Yeah, you're a little late. You want to try retiring at 75? You got 25 years. All depends on what you want. How did I lose my eye? I was renovating a bathroom and I was not wearing protective glasses. Nail went right into my eye. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I love reliving that. Nice work, so thank you, Ted. Joe, have a good night. Ian, you have a great night. Jacob, have a good night. You guys, talk to you all next time. Okay. Bry Guy, Ball Corp. Next time. Hello from Virginia. Okay. That being said, you guys all have a nice night, and we will do this again Sunday night. Okay? All right. Done over here. Oh, sorry, dude. Michael. We'll have to take out Mendeley's later. And over here. And here. And done over here. Stop broadcasting. Done there. Okay. Done, done, done. You guys have a great night. Bry Guy, have a good night. See wide spinning. Good. Adele, good evening, Miss Adele. Little 5, you have a nice night. Done. And now the end is near, and so I